We have some more breaking news from the NHL. The Flyers and Sean Couturier have come to terms on a long-term contract extension. We'll discuss this deal coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have some more breaking news from the NHL. This was another big-time contract extension inked to a player who has really become almost the face of their franchise. The Flyers and Sean Couturier have agreed to an 8-year deal, almost identical to the contract we just talked about for Carolina Hurricanes forward Andrei Svechnikov, valued at $62 million total, an average annual value of $7.75 million. Couturier, of course, is the reigning Selke Trophy winner and really is one of those few players in the NHL you can honestly say kind of does everything well and really plays the right way. A solid 200-foot game. Is just a really solid, complete player. I mean, I know this might seem like a lot of money, and it is, but I think it's a well-deserved contract in my opinion. He certainly does a lot of everything well in my opinion, like I said. Now, in the last probably, you could say probably 4 years especially, he's really amped up the offense in his game. He had back-to-back 76-point seasons in 17-18 and 18-19. In 1920, he played 69 games and put up 59 points. And last year, he had 41 points in 45 games. He has 39 career playoff games with 22 points on his resume for that. Of course, the years before that, he was good as well. It just took a little bit longer to develop into that top six, top line talent that he is today. I know when he was first drafted, he was kind of viewed upon as being maybe a real solid number 2, number 3 center. And I know because of the other players that he's been working with in Philadelphia in a top 6 role, he's not always looked upon as being top line talent, but really for the most part, he really is. Generally speaking here about, if you look at all the stats and break it all down, he really is that significant of a piece for the Flyers. So that's a lot of money. Now, my only concern really with this contract is that the fact that he's obviously has one more year left on his other deal. So he's going to be too much shy of 30 years old when this kicks in. So that's going to take him all the way to age 38. Now, a couple of things here. I mean, he's also battled a ton of injuries. Some of them a little bit, semi-significant. So obviously when it comes to wear and tear and, will he decline in his play and all that, you do have to think about all that stuff. But you also have to factor in here that the NHL has a flat cap situation. They lost a lot of revenue in the past couple of years with the pandemic, and that to get players the AAV that they deserve, teams are basically having to commit to more term than they probably would normally like to make it work for both sides. So the player might get a little bit, of a give in one respect, and they have to give something in another to make it all work here. So players are getting more term, which thus gives them more security, more money, and at the same time getting a pretty good average annual value to boot here. So, I mean, 7.75, I don't have any issues with that. My only concern is maybe the second half of this deal. Will he still be playing at that level? It's possible, but I think, to be honest, with a lot of these deals that you're going to see done, that's already been done so far this offseason, that will be coming here in the next little while, especially for guys like this looking for extensions. I think owners and GMs will be somewhat satisfied if they can get through, say, years 4 and 5, and it's still a decent deal at that point. The last 2 to 3 years, they are going to have to expect that the play is very likely going to decline, and hopefully they're not, too bad at that point. And they want to structure things as well, hopefully, so that it's not completely buyout-proof. Now, I don't know the full breakdown of this contract. I haven't been able to locate any details as far as the breakdown of bonus money versus salary, no trade clause. I'm sure he has a form of a no trade all the way through, I would think. Either a full no move or at least a modified, but I'm still waiting to confirm those fine details here as well. If I am able to confirm that, I will update the pinned comment down below in the top comment here on the video, so check that. But let me know what your thoughts are on this contract. Like I said, I like it. I think it's worth it. He's a great player, well worth the money now. My only concern is the age and the injuries and what are things going to look like in 3 to 4 years when he's approaching, say, age 34, halfway through the contract. If things really fall off a cliff and you got 4 more years of that money, that's going to be problematic. But if he can get to, at least year 6 and they're still going pretty strong, that he's still a pretty important piece, and hopefully by then your cap has gone up enough that it's not so problematic, then I don't think the Flyers are going to care too much. But a lot of that will be determined by his health. So let me know your thoughts down below. We'll discuss further. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We will keep you up to date with all the latest news, rumors, and analysis on all 32 NHL teams. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.